want to talk about overcoming the fear of failure. Overcoming the fear of failure. This is a big one for a lot of people, including myself. And I've got like two definitions for fear. We've heard the definition: fear is false evidence appearing real. And I believe that's true. Most of the time on the other side of fear is something that we've concocted in our own mind, something that we've over-exaggerated, something that we've seen or have come up with the worst possible scenario, like Murphy's Law. If there's something that can go wrong, it will go wrong, and data and reality, if we think about it, tells us that it's very unlikely, but we've concocted that this time is going to happen. So it's like, it's false things that appear very, very real, and therefore debilitating, handicapping, and we don't do anything at all. And then the other definition of fear is face everything and rise, a little bit more active. And it is to face your fears. And I've got a laundry list of my own, but I've read books and things that basically say most of our fears come down to fear of pain, fear of danger, fear of disgust, fear of embarrassment, fear of rejection, fear of loneliness, and fear of control, the loss of it. And really, when it comes down to it, we're scared of dying and we're scared of people. You know, as I've thought about it, scared of dying, so we don't want to do anything that put us, in that type of risk. And then we're scared of what people think. Think about what embarrassment, rejection, loneliness, those things are kind of like almost the same thing. Like, people will see us fail, or people will look at us differently, and we're so connected as social beings. I believe we're so connected to what people think. So there's this one book by a guy named Tim Ferriss, and he gives us all a challenge to go to a public place and just lie down on the floor. So this would be like at the mall. You just lie on the floor. Now, most of us would be scared to do that because we're scared of people basically pointing at us and saying, what are you doing? Like that. And this book, it challenges us to do something like that just to get over what people think. Like, for example, even if you didn't need it, would you hold a sign begging for money? Would you do that? Would you go sing in the subway? There are challenges like this. And these are just basic fears. But on the other side of it, you emerge a better person because you figure out that wasn't as bad as I concocted it to be. Wow, on the other side of that, I actually feel liberated. It could be like doing stand-up. You don't know if you're funny enough to make people who paid to be there laugh. I believe life begins at the end of your comfort zone. So what is that thing that you are scared of? Fear kills more dreams than failure ever will. I embrace failure now. It takes failure to fall forward. Because if you're scared to fail, typically you're the same type of person that's scared to try. And if you're scared to try, you're never going to see the victory or the breakthrough if you never try. So I believe fear is like the brain's natural way of saying there's something that needs to be overcome that's important. And if we're cognizant of it, we can face it and we can rise. Michael Jordan said, I've shot 9,000 shots and missed, he said, in my career. He says, I've lost 300 games. This is Michael Jordan. He says, 26 times my team relied on me to shoot the game-winning shot, and I bricked, and we lost. Michael Jordan says, I failed again and again and again and again and again, but because I failed, that's why I succeed. See, what if your confidence was so low and you were the opposite of courageous and you didn't want to take the shot? You can't win not taking the shot. But so many people are scared to take the shot because of what other people will say. The crowd will boo me if I miss. But if you don't take the shot, you're not going to win anyway. But nobody wants to be the center of ridicule. That's pretty much at the center of most public failure and people not wanting to try. Google. We all know Google. We use Google, the search engine. Google owns YouTube as well, and many other properties. Google encourages its employees to fail because Google wants you to do and work on things that are 10x. Google wants you to 10x whatever you're working on. They don't want you working on ordinary things. They want you working on life-changing, world-changing things. So they'd rather you fall short at something that is 10x, right? 1,000% better than what ordinary is, than being 100% at ordinary. And that's something that we all can think about. Sure, for confidence and for comfort's sake, maybe you do well at ordinary every day. You know, I do well at paying my bills. I do well at my job. A lot of us do 100% at ordinary. But what about 10% at extraordinary, 20% at extraordinary? If somebody Google this and let me know, but I believe the best hitter in the history of professional baseball has a 406. 406 means 40.6. They've only hit the ball when thrown to them 40% of the time. And this is the best ever. I think his name is Ted Williams. Hit the ball 40% of the time. That means the best ever in baseball to hit the ball fails 60% of the time. And more of the average players, I think, are down there failing 75% of the time. They're hitting like 250. They understand. They know they're not going to hit every ball. And baseball is not even structured that way where you need to hit every ball. And that's the same message for us. The realization that you don't have to hit every ball, but you do need to swing. And some of those balls you will hit. Some of those balls you won't just hit for a base run where you just can run to one base. Some of those balls will be a home run. And every now and again, every once in a while, some of those balls will go over the fence and you'll bring your whole team in. But you gotta try. We get down to the end of life, and how many of us are gonna regret not taking a shot, not swinging the bat, and living ordinary lives? When I believe that all of us have something extraordinary inside of us that can be of service to the world. Don't think that it's just a Michael Jordan. Don't think that it's just your favorite speaker or celebrity or author. I'm telling you, you've got to believe that everybody is the same. And the only difference is that you see them doing great things and being excellent and being the top and being and inspiring the world because of the mindset. Somewhere in the game, they changed their mindset and they embraced the right mindset and they kept at it and they did it. But for the person looking at them and marveling at them, I'm here to tell you that can be you too.